gonna do a little change up here. I've switched sides on the camera. I thought it might be fun. I'm gonna do another bit on advice because the same individual that asked me for advice on um, what to do when you're overwhelmed in your life also asked me about, well, what do I do about these haters? And the advice that I gave was just ignore them. That's my favorite. That's my favorite way to, and there's a lot of ways that I deal with haters. Sometimes I get creative because I run into them all the time. But my favorite way to deal with haters is to just ignore them. You just don't, that, no, you don't pay any attention to them because what is, Marcus Aurelius, he talks about of each thing consider what it is in its nature, what it is in its constitution. What is a hater? In its constitution, in its nature, a hater is hating. Do you want to play their game or not? And if you don't want to play their game and you never participate with them, that's their business. What they chose to do with their life. They have to deal with those consequences on their own. They're a hateful person. They want to surround themselves with negativity and hate. That's on them. You don't have to play their game just because they're trying to involve you. You don't have to get involved. I don't, and that's my favorite way. Okay, I'll give you an example. There was this one individual that I ran into at the store, and he was talking about me, I thought. And I just wanted to make sure. I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, are you talking about me?" And he's like, "Do you want me to?" And I was like, "Well, I want to talk to your manager because I don't appreciate your tone of voice right now." So I talked to his manager, and his manager's like, "Well, he shouldn't be talking to customers like that. I'm going to have him apologize to you right now." And he came up to me and he apologized, and he was just a hater. He was just hating on me, and instead of saying, "Yeah, I want you to talk to me, now let's play games," I was like, "No, you can't act that way in your work because I'm a customer and you have a boss, and I'm going to talk to your boss to prove to you you can't act this way." That's what I did. I didn't get involved in his game, but I didn't just ignore him and walk away. And this same individual, later I saw him at his apartment because that was the apartment that I was hanging out at, was right next door to his apartment. It's a small world. And on this day, I ran into a person I didn't want to run into more than one time in a day. And I see this person again, and he's got his friend, and now he's all tough. And his friend says, "Oh, yeah, blah, 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 we can settle this outside." And I was like, "You're threatening me. You don't have a right to threaten me." And, I wrestled in high school. Could I have handled my business had I been below the law, um, and just been underground about it, just been kind of behind the scenes and, taking care of things. They weren't going to tell on me. I wasn't going to tell on them. Turns out I won the fight. Didn't do that. What I did was I called the police because I don't want them to act that way in the community that I'm in because I have friends in that community and because I have, you know, I yeah, I kind of like the area. I like the people around me and I like my friend and he gets along with the people. That's great. And these people are causing a ruckus for everyone. Why? Because they're haters and they were hating on me again at the apartment and I called the police and the police came and they talked with them and they said, you guys, there's not going to be any of this going on because sooner or later someone's going to get evicted. And that settled that, and that was the cops, straight out of the cop's mouth. That was the police, and the police took care of their business, which is their job, which my taxes pay for, and they did it well that day. And I appreciated it. Sometimes, police are on your side, which is all the time, according to the way the law is written, police are always on a concerned citizen's side. They're always upholding the law, and that's what they did. And that's why I called them. And that was another way I dealt with haters. I didn't give in to their hate. I didn't decide, okay, I'm going to fight you because I hate you guys, or I'm going to talk at you guys because I hate you guys, and I'm going to say some clever things that you didn't even think of. And instead, I called the police. I didn't get involved with their hate, but again, I handled my business, and I didn't ignore them, but it was taken care of. But along those lines, either time I could have just ignored them, and it would have been, you know, well, now they're at risk for losing their job and losing their apartment. But if I would have just ignored them, the same thing would have happened to me. I'd be fine. I'd be fine. If I would have ignored them in the store, okay, nothing happens. They're not going to follow me home because they wanted to hate on me and they failed. They're not gonna come back up to me. Well, in this case, they did. And when they did, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna get involved in your game of hate again. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna start playing. I don't quit because I'm not playing. And I never had to quit hating them because I never started. The second time that I saw them, and they were playing games, they were trying to exploit me for being weak, and I wasn't. And the weakness that they wanted to exploit was they wanted to get me to be hateful because they were really good at being hateful people, and I wasn't interested. And so for me to not commit to engage in their game of hate, I won because they tried and failed. I didn't fail. I never fought them. I never challenged them to an argument, a verbal argument. I never played along. So they failed in trying to get me to play along. I didn't fail, and I in fact got them in trouble with the apartment complex. So not only did I not fail, I kind of won. But that was the most recent event that had happened to me with haters, and that was the advice that I gave this person. And he says, what do I do? There's haters. And I go, yeah, I know. And I said, just ignore them. Just ignore them. Just ignore the haters. Again, I've got a Twitter account, you guys. If you guys are interested in checking me out on Twitter, following me on Twitter. I try to tell jokes on Twitter. I try to talk about my life on Twitter. Um, yeah, I'm also on YouNow and Periscope. It's the old Irish spelling of my last name. I'm having a lot of fun with this. If anyone's interested, please check me out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.